YouTubers, I'm Burdock.
And I'm Host420.
And melting down.
Dying Light!
Hey guys, we told you we've been anticipating this game, and it did not disappoint. So let's get right to it. Dying Light.
Dying Light. So, you're Kyle Crane. You get dropped into Haran, where this zombie plague or some sort of weird radiant infection has infected the population. So basically, your mission is to find a stolen file for the Global Relief Effort, also known as the GRE. And basically, once you get dropped into Haran, you get ambushed by these three guys, and after that, these other two people come and save you. I don't want to tell you too much because honestly, I don't want to ruin the game for you. And basically,
Well, after you get rescued, you're
Yeah.
taken to. You wake up in this apartment complex, and that's when you first get control of Kyle Crane. And this is when you start kind of a lengthy little tutorial.
yeah, it's kind of a little long, but there's definitely a lot of stuff that needs to be covered. So like, it's worth it though.
We don't want to mention too much else because we don't like giving away spoilers or anything. So we're gonna let you figure out just about the rest, and we're gonna move on from there.
So, for graphics, this game looks pretty god-darn good because the lighting is really well done, like the way that shadows reflect and the way light bounces off objects is really well done. The weather is also really well done too, like when you look at wind, like you'll see like, dust blowing up or like ripples in people's clothes if they're lying down and whatnot. When you go into water, like, you know, it looks really clear, which is kind of a little weird because, you know, when you look underwater, it doesn't actually do that. Should be a little blurry in my opinion, but whatever. The way the fire works is actually could have been done a little better, like Far Cry style, like, you know, fire spreads through everywhere. Like, I mean, in real life, I thought it would have been cool. But they still made it pretty good. Like, you know, you blow Molotov and then like a bunch of people will catch on fire, and it looks pretty cool like that. And also, the shadows in the game are actually pretty well done, like almost on a Destiny level. I find it's like, you know, you'll be inside a room and then like you're looking ahead of you and you'll see a shadow of zombies. Like, oh shit, you know, kind of thing. But all in all, I find that was really well done.
The gore in it's pretty well done too. I mean, I can nitpick a little bit. The blood splatters, they do seem a little bit generic, and they're all over the place. Other than that, though, it's pretty fun to go around, you know, maiming zombies, watching their parts fly all over the place. It's very satisfying still, and I'm really surprised what they did with the characters. You know, like they got very unique faces. They went into detail to do all this, and when they're talking to you, they got the lip syncing down. It actually looks like they're talking to you pretty damn well. I mean, as well as that, all the sounds to go with it. Your environmental sounds, like Hoods was talking about, with your rain and everything. I mean, for example, you can simply be outside and you'll hear the rain. You go into a building and
You'll hear the tone change.
you hear it change. That's pretty epic, I found. I mean, some of these sounds tend to be overplayed while you're playing through the games. For example, this one iron bar like sound seems to play throughout the game. It gets a little annoying. And the soundtrack could be a little bit more varied, but it fits. And all in all, I think it works out pretty well.
Alright, so for the actual gameplay of Dying Light though, I'd have to say that it's pretty well done just because it's a little different to what you're conventionally used to, like especially for the free running. The free running is not really like based on any games. I kind of find that it's its own thing. You know, but then again, like there might be a game that I haven't played that you guys might have played that looks similar, but to me, I find that it's really kind of its own thing there. And other than that, like, there are a few little oddities that I find, like, especially, like, say for example the shooting. Like, for me, like, I'm a big first person shooter kind of guy, you know, and I'm always used to aiming with L2, you know. And for this, unfortunately, like, you know, or your aim down sight is R3, so that kind of threw me off for a while, but like I adapted and I was able to get semi good at it now. But the melee combat is pretty well done. It's very fluent, you know. Like, there's not a lot of delay in, like, you know, your attacks and whatnot. And I find that that was really well done. And there's also so much like options that you can do. Like, you know, this, you can approach any situation really any way that you want. Like, you know, if you want to go all out and kill everything, you can do that. But like, you need the right weapons to do it for sure. The what's it called, the free running aspect is definitely very useful, you know, because like you don't always have to engage in combat. You can if you're overwhelmed hardcore, you can always find a way out. There's always pretty good ways of being able to escape almost every situation. And the stealth aspect is also really fun too, especially at night, like when you're running around from the volatiles and stuff. And like just the scavenging too is just, I find, really amazing. Like sometimes I get goosebumps playing this game, like seriously. Like I just like, oh man, if this would be me in real life right now, I'd be going nuts, like, kind of thing. Especially when you're going around to a dark building and you're using your flashlight, looking around everywhere, scavenging for stuff, and like, and then you got volatiles that see you, and you're like, oh no. And but the story is pretty good. I mean, it can be pretty interesting all the way to the end, but there are some things that I would have done differently personally. Like, I would have added a bit of a free will aspect to it, if you will, and like, you know, if you be able to join like maybe a different faction or like make decisions differently. But unfortunately, they did add that, and I thought that would have been cool. The cooperative play is really cool too, except I find it's a little limited. I mean, I would like my character not to look exactly the same as the other. But all in all, it's generally pretty good, and I definitely like it a lot.
So there you go, guys. That's our meltdown of Dying Light. It had a couple of things that weren't exactly the best, but all in all, it's definitely a great game.
Yeah, most definitely. If you guys like the survival horror, you know, like build stuff and go kill a bunch of zombies, get this game. It's worth the $60, and I definitely give it a 9 on 10.
I agree. It's a good game. As always, you know, feel free to leave your comments and opinions down below. And thank you guys for watching.
Please subscribe!